Hello everyone, welcome to PHTV4. I'm Sue Jankowski and we are at the travel show, and you know what that means. It means we're going to have some great adventures that you can partake in, and we're really excited about this one. We're always excited about traveling. We're happy to have Kathy Janes with us. Thanks for coming in,
Thank you very much.
And Kathy is from Class Act Travel. And Kathy always brings us a great guest, and this is no exception. She's Mina Amendola. Did I say that right?
You did.
Oh, yay. And she's from Perillo Tours. Now, she was here, a while back and gave us some great ideas. But we're going to get some more ideas now. And we're going to talk about something that's very popular with a lot of people right now. And you may be one of them. And if you didn't know that you wanted to do this, you're going to want to do it.
Yes.
What are you going to tell us about today?
Well, I just got back from Italy, like I told you. I was there for my colleague's wedding. So Perillo Tours, family owned and operated since 1945. The fourth generation of Perillo Tours, which is
Great.
Devon.
That's great, yeah.
Just got married at Tenuta Torciano. It's an amazing vineyard that we use in all of our escorted tours that we have a wonderful relationship with. So I was just there for the wedding, and Italy is quite crowded.
Not with all Italians, I'm guessing.
No. I'm not sure how the Italians feel about it. It's very crowded. Usually October begins kind of off-season in Italy. Mm-hmm. What we've noticed last year and this year is that there's really not an off-season in Italy. We're talking more November. There's less crowds. So October was very crowded. And next year, like I mentioned, is the Jubilee year of Italy. So every 25 years, we have the Jubilee year where it's a religious, the holy doors open in Rome. And so we're expecting more tourism, if,
more than you had now, yeah.
Yeah, I imagine if people know about this Jubilee, and that's what they really are looking forward to, that really a lot of people have already booked their trips.
Yes.
For that event.
Yes, many pilgrimages, which we also do faith-based travel. So a lot of faith-based travel are going to Italy next year, and which is great because there's a lot of different festivals and things that will go along with the Jubilee year. And so we're happy to accommodate that. But yes, it will be busy. It is busy now. So I think that if people are thinking to go to Italy, they should plan ahead, get their day trips, get all the things, those transfers, everything scheduled in advance.
Now?
Yes.
Now?
Yes.
Usually we talk about some of the places people want to go, and we all know kind of where those are, Rome and, Venice and, all these kind of places, which is great, especially if you're a novice traveler to Italy. But what if you think, you know what? I am a novice traveler to Italy, but I really want to see, authentic Italy. What would they start to do?
So that's exactly what we've created in our 2025 brochure this year is because it's the Jubilee year, because everyone's going to flock to Rome, Florence, and Venice, we're doing some off-the-beaten-path travel. So we have a Sicily-only tour. We are doing an Italy and Greece tour to kind of get those travelers, away from the crowds if we can do it. Mm-hmm. So southern Italy is a beautiful area that's a little bit less explored. My family's from the south. I took my girls in March and they loved it. I thought, okay, they're very Americanized. I don't know how they're going to feel about that, but they loved it. So we are doing the best of southern Italy. We're taking clients to Puglia, which is the heel of Italy. A lot of small towns that are beautiful and so much to explore, different areas. And then, like I mentioned, Sicily, like movies like shows like White Lotus and all these things that are making it so popular. We're doing a Sicily only, 8 days, just Sicily.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
I do think that cool. A lot of times that's better because you really get immersed in that and you get to see all of it and feel the culture and all of that. Where if you're going from spot to spot, you maybe don't feel as connected. I mean, I've been on tours where you're here, there, and everywhere, and it's great because you see a whole lot of things. But sometimes the slower tour is what people are looking for.
Yes. There's a whole movement with the Italian government called roots tourism, and we're taking people back to the roots, so those southern areas that people don't explore. So that's something else that's going on next year. And I think it could be, it's tied in with the fact that the Jubilee year might bring more people to those more touristy places. So yes, and I agree with you. I think you get an authentic experience. Like we have so many videos of people doing the orecchiette and puglia. They're like small little pastas that you do with your hands. So many different off the beat and path options for Italy. So I wouldn't deter people from going just because it's a Jubilee year and they want to stay away from crowds. I would just say, you know, maybe go to Rome, check it out for a little bit, but then do some off the beaten path itineraries.
Do the little towns where the people are.
Yes.
Learn the people, learn what they do, and just get the true feel of Italy with doing that.
Yes, yes, and the authentic side of Italy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like I said, I brought my girls, and my family's from a small town in Calabria. And, you know, growing up, I always visited, and it's more rustic, but it's beautiful views. It's considered one of the borghi più belle d'Italia, so one of the small, most beautiful towns in Italy. My girls loved it because it's unlike what they saw, unlike what they're used to, and it was an authentic Italian experience.
That is really special, especially since your roots are from there.
Yes.
That makes it really special. Okay, so we want to do a Perillo tour. Now, what would we expect to do? Like, you know, we all know about what a cruise does, but we don't necessarily know what a land-based tour does. So could you explain what we would do?
So we have 13 different itineraries for our escorted side. And I want to mention too, if people don't want to do a tour, we also do custom Italy. So A to Z, anything and everything they want, we can take care of. So custom Italy means, you know, if you call and ask Classic Travel just to book train and transfers and your day trips, we can do that. So that's something to keep in mind. But a typical Perillo tour, everything is included. So all those things that you have to piece together, we always stay in 4- and 5-star hotels. We've been around since 1945, so we have contracted rates, which brings our price points lower. But then meals are included. We vet everything we go and see. So I was in Lisbon. I went to the restaurants that our clients are going to go see just to make sure that it was
good.
Yes.
Yeah, that it was nice, that it was. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just did our Vesuvius tour. So I'll take you through our Vesuvius tour.
Okay.
We were first in Rome, and we stayed there for 3 days. There's still downtime. So one thing that people think when they're doing an escorted tour is that it's go, go, go. You still had some downtime. You were able to explore Rome on your own, go to restaurants. There's a tour guide that stays with you. Our tour guide was exceptional. She has been with us so many years, 20 years. Her father had been with us from before that for 30 years. So it's a family feel in every aspect, even when we're on ground. We did Rome, then we went to Sorrento, and we did the Amalfi Coast. From Sorrento, we then took a speed train. So our luggage, everything was taken with the tour guide, with the bus driver. We met it in our hotel. We got to Florence, had lunch, and then went to our room and had our bags there. But the trains in Italy are fantastic. It's a great way to travel because it's very quick, very comfortable. We were on first class tickets, but even second class tickets are great in Italy. And then we explored Florence. We went to Tenuta Torciano, all the vineyards, all those extra things, the Vatican, everything is included. You don't have to second guess anything. And I will say, just having experienced it this year myself with my family, gone are the days where you could just wing it and say, oh, and I did that in Florence with my family. I said, oh, I'll just wing it. Florence will go there, we'll get a train. And no. You need some hand holding. You need to have everything put together.
Especially next year.
Because
you just don't know.
Yeah.
And then you can't do some of the things you wanted to
exactly,
do.
Because you procrastinated.
Your reservation, your ticket, whatever.
Yes.
And you're stuck.
You're
disappointed.
Done. Yeah.
And one thing you don't want to be when you're traveling is disappointed.
Yes.
You don't think, oh, I wish I would have planned better.
Yes.
And that's why being on a tour. And it sounds like whatever kind of tour you want.
Yes, there's something for everyone.
You can get that, and of course, Kathy will help you do that.
Yes.
But I mean, that's the thing too. You want to make your wishes known so that you're going to the places. And that I think that's the other thing. What should we see? We don't even know. I mean, we only know the big names.
Yes.
So by having a tour, a guide that helps you outside the box of what you would normally think.
Exactly.
Because they've experienced it or they can find out about it.
They're going to take you to these little towns, like you were saying, and to enjoy the people and to see these little towns, because that's true Italy, is what you're seeing in those. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You wouldn't know how to get to that. You wouldn't know where it is.
No. And also, there's a language issue. I don't know how many Italians speak English, maybe more than I think. But I mean, basically, they're speaking, Italian. So, you're kind of fish out of water sometimes if you don't have somebody to help you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think Italy, the major areas, there's definitely, everyone pretty much speaks English, so they're learning it. But those smaller towns, you need hand-holding. You need someone that's going to take you around. And, I think the key to travel is planning. And when you plan with Classic Travel, you're going to tell them, hey, this is what I'm looking for. And then we will supply you with exactly what you want. Because if you just wing it and think I'm going to buy my air ticket and I'm just going to go and explore, you're not going to see those places. You're not. You're not. For example, when I was there in March is downtime. The line, I had my tickets that were skip the line. The line was around the Vatican. So I don't even.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just
You're going to
crazy.
spend the whole day trying to get into the Vatican.
Standing
and fingers
in line.
crossed that you
Exactly.
end up getting
Yes.
in. Yeah.
Yes.
There's
And that's
just
not what you want to do either with your time. Stand in
no,
line.
I don't want to. Not on vacation.
Not on
at Disney
vacation
World.
with
wanna do
limited
that.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Disney World, you're going to be standing
Right.
in line. You don't want to stand in line when you're far, far away from home. Okay, so we can get our own independent tour. Can you do a tour of like 2 people?
Absolutely. One person. Yes. Yep.
And you just say, I'm going and
Yes.
I need to be escorted.
We've done it. I
Yes.
mean, we've contacted them and
Yeah.
we've done that.
Yes.
It just 2 people, 1 people. It's whatever they want to do, we can do. Just give us a holler and we'll do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
If that's what you want, yep, we'll do it.
How are you moving around then? On a train, on a bus, various means of transportation?
Well, the escorted tours, the different itineraries that are already put together that one person can go into or 2 people, whatever, those are moving around by bus. But then there's also the component of train travel, like I mentioned on our Vesuvius tour, where because it's faster and because it's easier for our clients, the client will move by speed train and then the bus will bring their baggage for them. So there's that. Now, on the custom travel, which we've done, the custom travel, we can do anything that they want. So if the client wants to see everything by train, we can do that. If they want to go by car, we can do that. Really, it's endless. We book Trenitalia tickets, which, I love Italy. I worked for the Italian government for 21 years. But Trenitalia, their website is, the majority is in Italian. So we can book that for them and it's seamless. But we can travel however they like. Another thing is planning those day trips. So when you get there, if you want to go to San Gimignano, to Siena, to do something, plan it in advance. Just have it all put together. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to try and get something when you're there. I think that's key.
And hope that
And
you
hope,
can get.
yes.
And hope that you can get to see that.
Yeah.
And you're not sure. And if you pick a day, and okay, we're going to go today, and there's 97,000 people in there, that's no good either.
Yes.
That's no fun. You don't want to fight that.
You don't. Typically, how long, I know you could do any length, but what would you guess, or you don't even have to guess, you would know, like what is the basic length of time that people spend? Is it 7 days, 10 to 2 weeks? Do people just want to spend endless time? How do they?
I would say a minimum of 10 days, personally.
Okay.
I think the tours, like I said, we have the Sicily only that's 8 days. We have some that are 10 days. But if you're going that distance, I've seen travelers do a week. They can do it in a week.
Hard, yeah.
And I've seen travelers say, I'm going to do Italy, Spain, Greece, and
Okay.
in 2 weeks, and it's aggressive, and I don't think you're really seeing the country as much. So I think
exhausted.
10 days, you're exhausted. 10 days in Italy, you can see Rome, Florence, Venice, and then do day trips into the Amalfi Coast. That's 2 of our tours do that. So like our Marco Polo, it's taking you go a little bit. There's a little bit of downtime, but it is taking you in and around, and you're seeing Rome, Florence, Venice, and the Amalfi Coast, as well as our
That's a lot.
Vesuvius. So
That's
it's a lot to pack in. That's why we use the speed trains. That's why we're doing, it's a fine oiled machine. We've been doing it so long, so we know when to get in and to get out of certain places.
Yeah, that because you're pros at it, so
Yes.
we should be out of here, by
Yes.
this time, or,
Yes.
or which day is better, or whatever. Okay, well that sounds really great. So now, if you're going to go to, you mentioned you have an Italian, maybe you mentioned Sicily, Greece kind of tour.
Yeah.
So that would be half the time in one place, half the time in the other. Maybe you extend that a little bit longer. Now that would involve water transportation, wouldn't it?
So with our Italy-Greece, we do take a flight. And then we do have an Italy-Greece combo that's brand new for us for 2025. And on the Italy portion, we're doing Florence, Venice, and Rome. It's a 16-day though.
Okay.
So it is 16 days, which is, I think you need at least that much to see a couple of countries.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing on our Italy and Greece. We're also doing a Spain and Portugal combo, so that the traveler can see that as well. That's about a 15-day as well. I was just in Lisbon. I was amazed. It was beautiful. And that's become very popular too. So we do have a couple of options for those that want to see a couple of countries, but I think you just need a little extra time to do that.
Yeah, it would sound like it
Yes.
too. I noticed too on this beautiful tour guide book that Hawaii's in there.
Yes, we've been doing Hawaii for almost 40 years.
Wow.
And people, when they think Perillo tours, they think Italy.
Yeah.
But Hawaii, when I first started at Perillo Tours, I've been known for Italy. I was the go-between from all suppliers coming from Italy to the Midwest. So Steve said, you really need to see our Hawaii. So I went kicking and screaming.
Oh, yeah, that's such a
Fine.
terrible
I'm sure.
And it's phenomenal. I had been to Hawaii on my own. I had gone on my honeymoon. The way that they package this Hawaii trip, it's the most all-inclusive Hawaii on the market. So we have a 10-day and a 13-day. It's one set price year-round. All your inter-island flights are included. Beautiful dining. We're dining at places like Duke's and Tide Pools, which is some of the best places to dine at that are very difficult to get reservations for, already included in your package. Here too, it's making it so that you don't have to worry, am I going to get into this restaurant? Am I going to get this hotel? It's all packaged together. And it's not your typical escorted tour because it's not go, go, go. We're staying at oceanfront resorts. We stay at the Moana Surfrider in Oahu, the Westin in Maui, and then the Grand Hyatt in Kauai, which is
nice,
amazing.
Yeah,
and
nice.
we dine at Tide Pools there, which is beautiful. So it's all packaged together. Your luau is in there, the Pearl Harbor visit. But again, all of our clients have ocean view rooms. That's another thing.
This is very nice.
This package is, in my opinion, one of a kind. And like I said, it's the most all-inclusive Hawaii. I know clients always ask, oh, do you have an all-inclusive? And Hawaii doesn't have all-inclusives. This is the most all-inclusive you can get. There's a couple of dinners that are on your own, and then some lunches. But otherwise, all the components you have to piece together are put together for you.
Typically, that trip is how long?
We have a 10-day and a 13-day.
Yeah, I would think you need, to do all of what you just said, you need at least 10 days.
At least 10 days,
yeah.
yes. The 10 days we're doing the 3 islands, which is Oahu, Kauai, and Maui, and then we add the 4th island for the 13day.
Okay.
Which is the big island.
Well, that's a nice
that's a
trip
nice
to think
tour.
about
Yes,
tour,
that's a real
too,
nice
if
tour.
you don't
Yeah.
want to do these other things, but of course you want to do all the things.
Yes.
I want to do this one.
Yeah, exactly. What your order is. Okay, you mentioned you can go to Italy and Greece as a package. What about just Greece? I just want to go to Greece. Can you
So
do
we
that?
do Greece as well. Yeah, we have 3 different packages for Greece. We have one that does 12 days, another for 15 days, and then a second one for 15 days. And we're doing Santorini, Athens, Mykonos, and then an extension to Crete. So we have 3 different packages. I will say, if people were not in Italy last year, they were in Greece. I felt like the tourism to Greece was very high as well. So yes, we've accommodated. Last year we sold out our Greece, and this year we have 3, and then also the 4th being Italy and Greece together.
Wow. So, and people are still really, really traveling a lot.
Yes, yes. I think that, post-pandemic, I call it revenge travel. Everyone's like,
I like that.
Yes. So we noticed that there's a huge uptick with Europe post-pandemic. So as soon as we were able to get into Europe, I think more people flocked to Europe.
Yeah.
Italy and Greece in particular, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And now Spain and Portugal.
And Spain and Portugal. Portugal was so busy as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
just unreal.
Yes.
Yeah. So any of these ideas that you had, I mean, I agree. We got chipped out of a few years of being able to travel, and I think people panicked and went, well, we better go now because what's going to happen?
Away from me. I gotta
get
get going.
Maybe it'll happen again. You better get going now.
Yeah.
So
possibility.
And I think the thing is, we always remind our viewers to really plan ahead of time.
Yes.
I mean, you can be spontaneous, but you might not get exactly what you want.
Yes. And I do see spontaneous travelers, they don't care. They're just going to go and explore, and it's okay if they don't see certain things. So, I mean, you can do that as well. It's just, you have to set your expectations, especially with the upcoming years and the high tourism to Europe.
Yeah. With this 25-year Jubilee, is there like anything special like Perillo Tours is doing, like 25-year Jubilee, we're going to take you to all the big spots?
So our Green Heart of Italy will include the Holy Doors that open once every 25 years. So that Green Heart of Italy tour will include that. And then some of our tours will have different specials as well that, throughout and then with the custom side, we can do a faith-based tour. We can do anything that they want as well.
Well, this takes in the whole country is the way I was understanding this Jubilee. Even the little towns participate in this. The churches. It's a big celebration.
Yes.
And every 25 years. And sorry, I just never heard of this before. And I went, what's that?
Yeah.
I didn't know anything.
No.
Yeah. And we kept reading about it. And it just, 35 million people. Ow.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't know what the population of Italy is without the 34 million.
I mean,
but
just like I said, just being there right now, I wondered the same. I don't know how many more people could fit.
Enough beds for heads there.
Where are you going to put them? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that sounds wonderful. I mean, is there anything else we want to know that we should be thinking about and planning for? I mean, I guess if we were going to plan for 2025, we're almost...
You got to do it now.
Yeah, you really should get going. I mean, you might want to think even about 2026, which sounds so far away. But it really isn't.
It isn't.
No, it really isn't so far away.
Especially if there's certain things that you really want to see.
Yes.
You need to get that mind up ahead of time.
Yes.
And now's the time to get that done. I mean, we almost the end of 24.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to get going with this. If you really want to go next year, don't wait, guys. Don't wait.
Yeah. And I think that one takeaway I would say is, book the escorted tour. I know that the escorted tour sometimes turns certain travelers that want to be more independent off, but personally, I love the escorted side. I have to say everything's taken care of. I don't have to think about it.
Yes, and they're going to take you to places that they don't know how to get to otherwise.
Yes.
And they know all the little secrets of these towns and all the little things. Well, you're not going to know that when you're just going on your own.
And you're skipping the line, which I personally
so
love.
great.
Yeah, that's a biggie.
And it's kind of like, okay, you get there and you're like, okay, I'm here.
Now what?
But unless you're a great planner on your own and you know exactly what you want to see and do,
you're stuck.
You are kind of stuck. You're like, okay, well, we're going to try and do this, so I can't do that. I mean, it's just so much nicer.
It's
so much more relaxed when you have
comfortable.
Comfortable. That's what you want.
Yeah.
It
feels like more of a luxury experience. Like the motor coaches, they're beautiful motor coaches, and it's just a nice way to just sit back and relax and take in the scenery just on your way to the next destination too. In March, my husband rented a car, and sometimes the GPS didn't work, and so
my place.
So it's nice to have the bus driver who's done this so many times just lead the way.
I wanted to ask you about one more. I know a lot of places offer like like a wine tour or you know, like food kind of a tour. Is there something like that? Like I just want to go to wineries and enjoy,
Absolutely.
you know, the local cuisine and that kind of thing. Can someone do that?
Yes. And actually, so we have women's tours as well, I might point out. So if women solo travelers, that's become huge. And they just did one for Tuscany and just did that, you know, going around Tuscany, and we do cooking classes and wine tastings and little off the beaten path vineyards in Tuscany.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Like I mentioned, the Tenuta Torciano, which Devin just got married, it is amazing there. He just rebuilt some different areas, but they do just that. They do cooking classes, they do wine tasting. It's off the beaten path. So yes, absolutely. There's something for everyone in Italy, and I think that's why so many people can go year after year.
And enjoy. And that is too, if you've done the beaten path, you want to try something like that, just for fun. I mean, it's kind of like you want to get all the big sights in, and then you want to like relax and do those kind of things.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, is there anything else you want our viewers to think about?
No, I just plan ahead, get your vacation put together, and visit Italy, visit Hawaii, Spain, Greece. There's so much to travel to, and it's all put together for you. So
yeah, and I think that makes it luxury right there.
Yes.
You know, you don't have to do the hard work of trying to figure everything out yourself. And Kathy will help you do that, right, Kathy?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we love to, because then it's like I'm going there too, and I get excited about this. And look, if you could do this, you can do that, and you can do this. And I just enjoy that.
That's nice.
I do, yeah.
Tell people how they can talk to you.
You can get a hold of us. We're at 6946 West 111th Street in Worth, on the corner of 111th and Worth Avenue. We are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. If you need an evening or you need Saturday, just call us and we will do that for you. You can reach us at 708-448-6560. Hey guys, get together and go to Italy. That sounds like fun.
It sure does. Well, dream big, make it happen. We'll see you next month when we travel somewhere else. Thanks for watching us. See you next time. Bye-bye.